in real time, right?
Hmm.
And Dr. Damon said, yeah, that happened, I already know about that. What was your initial reaction to your husband when he told you that?
The initial reaction was once I realized what it was, and my husband said I took care of it, I believed that he did. You know what I'm saying? So I was at ease that I wasn't involved in the process, and Damon told me it's been taken care of. So I was cool with that. But the problem that I saw on a clip, somebody said that I was running from it and I never talked about it. And we talked about it. I talked
We
about it on
talked about
several
it on,
blogs,
and
right?
you talked about on my show. So
Absolutely.
I
I
will
wasn't running
confirm,
from it.
I will confirm you never ran from the story. I asked you, and just so y'all know, she, in Heavenly's defense, she had no idea I was going to ask her about it. So it wasn't like she and I planned it, right? Because we are friends. It was on the news hours before she was on my show, and so no, you never
Yeah,
ran
go
from
back
it.
and look. I mean, we talked about it back then. It's the same thing. Whatever. But I wasn't filming yet. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I wasn't there. I wasn't filming yet. I didn't start filming till shoot, I don't know when, but I know I missed the first all cast, just doing, what we do, negotiating our
Mhm.
stuff. And yeah, so I came back, later. So yeah. But I don't think Toya knew that though. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know where I was.
No, she did not know where you was, and what I want to
Where I
get
was.
into, Dr. Heavenly, was I know that you are Mama Bear and
Hmm.
you love your children. And listen, I've said this to you personally, and I'll say this to you publicly. You and your husband did an amazing job raising your children. They're
Yeah.
all very successful in their own right. They're all great, amazing young adults. And one thing I know for sure, having nephews and nieces, and just watching the reality my friends' kids grow up in the
Hmm.
limelight, um, everybody is not exempt from
Hmm.
interfacing with law enforcement. What I want to ask you is, when you talked about the fact that you and your son did speak about it, you said on camera that you could have raised your voice, and you was very upset, to the point where he has at that time of filming, he did not come back to the house for months. What
It's
was
gonna
that?
it's gonna play out on TV. I don't want to go
Okay,
past the episode, but
okay.
yeah, he didn't come back.
What was the conversation like that you had with him?
You know me. You already know. I fussed them out. I did what I do, what the black mama do. You know what I'm saying? I'm working hard. I'm doing all of this, and you do this, and the profane words probably flew, and you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff. And I did what a black mother does that has sacrificed so much for our children. Sent them through college, put them through private school, all of the things that the kids have. And the kid, in my age group, we feel like the things we spend money on are the things we love, right? So,
Hmm.
but the younger generation will say something like, "You're always talking about the money you spend, and you always do." That's because it was a sacrifice to do all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because we didn't grow up with those kind of, benefits. I had to make a way for myself. Had I not gotten a full scholarship to college, I wouldn't have been able to go. My parents didn't have the money. So when you feel like you sacrificed so much for your children, for them to do something that didn't make sense, you see what I'm saying? Of course, you're gonna be
Hmm.
upset, especially because we in the limelight. Like, listen, I'm running for this, I'm doing that, and why would you do that? So. I think he, knew I was disappointed. However, I love my children with all of my soul. And I can talk to him, but can't nobody else talk to him. You hear what I'm saying?
Hmm. Hmm.
So that's how I feel
Yeah,
about it. Yeah.
yeah. Without giving too much away, because I do want the Raindrops and the Boobies to watch the rest of the season. Um, is there a conversation that you and your son do have on camera this season that addresses him coming back
You're gonna have
home?
to keep watching to see
Okay,
that. You're gonna have to
okay,
keep watching.
okay. My last question about that, Dr. Heavenly, is, look, one thing about your husband is he also is in love with you as much as you are in love with him. And what I gathered from that scene too was the fact that, just like you are Mama Bear, he is Papa Bear.
Hmm.
And one
Hmm.
thing I know about you for sure is that you are a traditional woman, you are a traditional wife, and you do believe the man is the head of the household. With that being said, Dr. Damon did take matters into his own hands and decided to handle it with his son,
Right.
right?
Yes.
With his black son, right?
Yes.
Um, although a lot of people may look at that scene, Dr. Heavily, and say, well, if Damon can hide that from you, could he hide anything else? What is your response to that? Because that was some thought on Twitter that way.
I mean, I think he could. He very well could. But I know my husband. I know he's a God-fearing man. I know he loves his family. I think that that was stated, but I trust my man. Call me whatever. I trust my man. I've never seen anything he's done other than protect me. Now, is there stuff out there my kids probably done it I don't know about all through the thing? Probably. Probably. You know what I'm saying? So I think that I protect him as well. There are things that happen with Alora that he does not know about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So we protect each other. I know he'd lose his mind if he knew some of the things. You know what I'm saying? So I don't tell him certain things, and he don't tell me. Nah, you know, people say, "Oh, we tell each other everything." I don't do that, and he doesn't either. Obviously, but that's how we keep from arguing. That's how we stay together 32 years. I do not tell my man everything. I do not. And I'm sure he doesn't tell me everything either. You know what I'm saying? For argument's sake, because I at 32 years, you already know their responses to certain things, right? So if I'm going to discuss something with my husband and I know I'm a damn it do it anyway, why discuss it? Take it how y'all want to take that. But that's true T. I've been with my husband 32 years, been married 28. I do not tell him everything, and obviously he doesn't tell me everything either. But if he's gonna take care of something, he took care of it.
Head over to my Patreon account. That's patreon.com/ B Carlos King. Again, patreon.com/ B Carlos King to watch this full episode.